All right, everybody. Welcome to the HITI pregame show live. I'm James. You're watching on YouTube and Instagram. A pleasant Saturday to you wherever you may be out there. Welcome again to the pregame show as the Halos take on the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium in LA. Final game of this freeway series, and then it's the All-Star break. This game coming up at 6:10. The Angels now at 45 and 45. The Dodgers now at 50 and 38. The last game, well, it was forgettable. And hopefully you guys, though, watched Todd Fox and Catella Chronicles do their uh, live watch party on YouTube on the channel here. That was really good. So the Dodgers won 11-4. The win goes to Goslin. He improves to 5-3. The loss goes to Canning at 6-4. That loss for Canning. So let's get to it. It was pretty much home run derby. The whole game. It was wild. Let's see. So Freddie Freeman homered his 16th, make it 1-0 in the bottom of the first. And then JD Martinez homered in the bottom of the second, his 21st. Both are all-stars, of course, to make it 2-0. And then Mookie Betts hit his 24th home run to make it 3-0. All, what's it called? All solo home runs. And then JD Martinez doubled to bring home Will Smith to make it 4-0. So we thought, well, finally, this is going to be a blowout. And it did eventually. But then Mickey Moniak came up and hit a 3-run home run in the top of the fourth. His 10th to right field. Just got over that wall in right field, just left of the bullpen where all the bullpen guys can see through that window right there. To make it 4-3. And then Betts homers again, his 25th, to make it 5-3. And again, that's when Canning was out of the game and Anderson came in the inning, or a couple innings before that. Top of the seventh, Moustakas homered his 6th to make it 7-4. That was right down the line. And then Rojas for the Dodgers doubled in Outman to make it 8-4. And then it just got worse from there. Freeman had a force out, but that brought home Rojas because of a throwing error by Velasquez, and you just knew it was going to get worse from there. It was 9-4, and then Will Smith homered his 13th to make it 11-4, which was the final. So that was very embarrassing, and we were hoping good for Canning. He came in doing well, and then boom, he was done. So even though Moniak and Moustakas homered, it just really wasn't enough. Canning only 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 home runs given up. Anderson didn't do so well himself. 4 innings and 4 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He also gave up a home run. And then Loop, for good measure, came in. His inning of work, 2 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and he also gave up that home run. That one, of course, to Will Smith. So that was last night. The Dodgers on 11 hits got 11 runs, no errors. The Angels 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error by Squid. So the Dodgers now they are first in the. As that went out. Okay, that should be there. I don't know why that happened. Okay, you got me back. So, let's see. The Dodgers now second in the wild card because Arizona won, so they're 1 game back officially. Arizona won in 10 innings today over Pittsburgh, who continues to struggle. And they have the first wild card spot due to the Dodgers over Miami, even though Miami won today over Philadelphia 5-3. The Angels struggling. They are now fourth in the AL West, 7.5 back of first place, and then 4.5 games behind in the wild card. It's just unfortunate. No real news today, other from Reed Detmers getting the start today, his 24th birthday, and his present to face that Dodger lineup. He's 2-5 with a 3.72 ERA, 82 and 1/3 innings pitched, 34 runs given up, earned runs, 72 hits, 103 strikeouts. So there's that. 31 walks, 8 home runs. This will be his 16th start. His last start came on July 2nd against the Diamondbacks. He got the win. That was that Sunday, where they avoided the sweep to the Snakes. He went 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. He's got that 95 miles per hour fastball, 86 on the changeup, 90 on the slider, and then 78 on the curveball. For the Dodgers tonight, they are doing what they did in their, just like the second game at the Big A against the Angels, where they have an opener, and that'll be the left-hander Alex Vesia. He's 27 years of age. He was born down from me in Alpine, California in 1996, and that's East San Diego as you go toward the casinos out down there. He went to Cal State East Bay, so that must be Oakland. He was drafted by Miami in 2018 in the 17th round, 507th overall. He did make his major league debut back on July 25th of 2020. He's 0-4 this year, 7.08 ERA, 20 and 1/3 innings pitched, all relief work pretty much, 34 hits, 32 strikeouts, 58 runs, 48 given up, or earned, I should say, 12 walks, 3 hits, and then this will be his 26th game appearing in. And let me get you the stat because I know he faced the Angels. But yeah, on June 21st, he went 1 inning. He gave up one walk and 1 strikeout. So he was part of that brigade that came in and shut down the door on the Angels that afternoon. Or that evening, I guess, at the Big A. His last appearance last night, of course, against the Angels, he got 1 out, no hits, no runs, no walks given up, and 1 strikeout. He's got a 94 miles per hour fastball, 86 on the slider, and 85 on the changeup. So if you're looking for tickets, go to 714 Tickets. I try to find everything. There it is. 714 Tickets for your Angel tickets, Dodger tickets. The Padres down south as they take on the Mets tomorrow. Anywhere you can think of and anything you can think of sports, they have it. WNBA, whenever the preseason comes for the NFL for the local teams here. And then concert tickets, so many things going on. We hear about Taylor Swift's tour. I believe the Madonna tour, unfortunately, has been halted. But there's also ones out there for everybody. And also for the theater crowd, there's also tickets for that. So look no further than 714 Tickets for great deals on all those events. No hidden fees or checkouts. Or no hidden fees or surprises at the checkouts. Use 10% off the code HITI, short for Halos in the Infield, for 10% off at the checkout. That'll put you in the drawing for a free Halos jersey, courtesy of 714 Tickets and Halos in the Infield. And then you'll get 5% off your future purchases. So it's all wins there. The number and the great friendly staff, phone number, 714-842-5387. Also, check out Noble Ale Works. at 1621 Sinclair Street B, Anaheim, California 92806. Mention HITI for drink specials and free parking there during Angel games. Really great deals going on there, and great brews and tasty eats from local food trucks. Their schedule will be on the Instagram page of Noble Ale Works, so check that out for sure. Just footsteps away from Catella and also Angel Stadium, so good place to go. Okay, let's see. Also, check out the Todd Fox post game show after every Angels game tonight. We'll see what happens with that. Again, thank you for everyone who checked out the live stream or the live watch party with Cattell Chronicles and Todd Fox. And then they transitioned right to the post game show, so that was really good. Also, check out the new Around the League show with Todd Fox and I on Monday mornings. We give you the baseball world in the MLB, and there's so much to talk about. You know, the Braves and Rays going on right now. You have the Cincinnati-Milwaukee series, Mets and Padres. Also, we'll probably do a dive into the Freeway series and how putrid it's been lately for the Angels, and then get into the All-Stars, get into the trade deadline talk, and what teams will be buyers and sellers. So check that out. It'll be live on the YouTube YouTube channel of Halos in Infield, and then of course whenever you want to watch it, put it on your save later or watch later playlist. All right, and also check out the HITI flagship podcast. I gotta write that in on YouTube, and then wherever you can find your podcasts. So Podbean, Spotify, Apple, Google, all your podcast mediums, and all the whole Halos in the Infield social media pages, wherever you can find Halos in the Infield. Just look on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. It's all right there for you. All right, so after all that, let's get to the starting lineups for the Angels tonight. Shohei Ohtani will be leading off as a designated hitter. Batting second is Hunter Renfroe, the right fielder. Batting third is Mickey Moniak in center field. Batting fourth will be Joe Adell in left field this time. Batting fifth will be Mike Moustakas out at first base. Batting sixth is Eduardo Escobar, the third baseman. Batting seventh is Matt Thaiss behind the plate catching, and then batting eighth is Luis Rengifo at second base. And then batting ninth, Todd's favorite, of course, Andrew Velasquez at shortstop. Remember, he had the late game eighth inning throwing error. For the mighty Dodgers, Mookie Betts will lead off in right field. Batting second is Freddie Freeman, the first baseman. Batting third is Will Smith, the catcher. Batting fourth is J.D. Martinez, batting or designated hitter. Those four are all all-stars. Meanwhile, the Angels just have Ohtani in the lineup as an all-star. Estevez, of course, the other all-star, along with Trout. Max Muncy will be batting fifth, the third baseman. Batting sixth will be Miguel Rojas, the shortstop. Batting seventh is Vargas, the second baseman. Batting eighth is James Outman, the center fielder. And then batting ninth, who came in the game late, was DeLuca, batting ninth again and in left field. So again, the schedule coming up, there's this is the last game of the unofficial first half, and the All-Star break starts tomorrow through Thursday, and then looking at it, it's going to be a 3-series homestand, 3 with the Astros, 14, 15, 16, and then 3 with the Yankees, 17, 18, 19, then the 20th off, and then the Pirates come into town 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and then the Angels have the 24th off on that Monday, and then they're on the road the rest of the month. 3 in Detroit, 3 in Toronto, and then 3 in Georgia to end July and go into August. And August will be a tough month as well. Plenty of playoff teams there, along with today's or this month's schedule. So as the team is going down, everybody else they're facing is going up. And that's just the way it is. So let's get to some scores today. There was a no-hitter in Detroit, a combined no-hitter, and we'll get into that more, I think, on Monday. The 9th in team history for Detroit, the 20th combined no-hitter in Major League history. So it was really good to see that. And that was against the Blue Jays, who have a very potent and powerful lineup. So, and there was a lot of Blue Jay fans in the crowd, like I mentioned yesterday. They're not too far away from Canada. So the Tigers no-hit the Blue Jays 2-0. Let's see. Milwaukee lost to the Reds, and I was watching that game, of course. Let me find it here. Dude, I do not see it. That's weird. Okay. I think it was, 7-5? Yeah, it was a really good game. De La Cruz stole second, third, and home. It was one of those games you'll never forget. And I think MLB, the app here, has forgot it somehow, some way. Let's see here. So Adames has 3 home runs so far in that series. So going into tomorrow, it should be a spirited affair. The Reds, of course, are awesome. Right now, Atlanta and Tampa Bay have no score in St. Petersburg. Those are the 2 best teams in the league right there, by the way. Okay, so I guess I got to go down further. All right. So let's get to some finals. The Diamondbacks walked off the Pirates 3-2 in 10 innings. The Red Sox defeat the Oakland A's 10-3 in Boston. The Washington Nationals defeat the Rangers 8-3 in Washington. And then the Giants defeat the Rockies 5-3 in San Francisco. Also, St. Louis, after getting came back on by the White Sox yesterday, shut out the White Sox 3-0 in Chicago today. I was also checking this out. The Orioles defeated the Twins 6-2. Sonny Gray had a horrific second inning, and especially the second inning. So the first 2 innings were not good for Sonny Gray, and the Orioles quickly got on him. In the Bronx, the Yankees defeat the Cubs 6-3. And then later on, of course, or right now, I should say, it was a doubleheader in Cleveland. So that was the first game with Cleveland winning. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. All right. So the bottom of the 8th, Cleveland leads Kansas City 7-6. Cleveland trying to get up to where the Twins are. Bottom of the 2nd, 2-0 Houston leading the Mariners in Texas. And like I mentioned, the Rays and the Braves going on in Florida with no score. The Rays have kind of struggled since May 9th, but they still have the best record in the American League. Meanwhile, the Braves have the best in the National League. Of course, you got the Angels and Dodgers going on. Game 2, the final extension of the Freeway Series going on at 6 o'clock. Detmers and Vesa, the 2 lefties going. And then in San Diego at 7 o'clock, you have the Mets and the Padres in San Diego. And the Mets won that game 7-5. The bullpen let down the Padres yesterday. It's an intriguing series because both have to get going. And we'll see if the Padres come out with better pitching, better fight, or will the Mets take the series? So that'll be interesting to see those 2 things. Let's see. Yeah, and I noticed too, and I don't know if everybody else, has MLB Network work or the MLB.TV or whatever games come on. But it seems all these young and winning teams are having fun. They also have their own home runs celebration hats or whatever they want to use. And then you have the Angels that are just, well, nothing. And there's no fun. A lot of people are hurt. And it's just brutal right now. And also out there in the comments, I know I made some questions on Facebook, but there's also one, or not Facebook, on YouTube. But in the Instagram comments, YouTube, wherever, what trades do you think will be made by the Angels? We know Ohtani is out there, but funny thing, they just got Escobar and Moose. Do you think they'll trade them, or Renfro, or Estevez even? Do you trade him? Who else is out there? You can't trade Squid. But Adele, you're not trading Moniak. I know that for sure. Obviously, I think the Angels now at 45 and 45 at 500. Remember, I was the only one to predict out of the group that said they would be 81 and 81. But I think that was being generous, seeing how this team has gone the last 2 weeks or so. It seemed like after that Kansas City series, they just lost momentum after that Saturday game. And you could say whatever you want about the Saturday game against Colorado where they won 25-1. Maybe they used up all their offense in that game and boom, it's over. So let's get to some comments first on Instagram. Because we got some poll questions and Q&As on the YouTube side. I want to get to those last. Todd.Cerna_Agarino saying Phoenix, Arizona. If that's where you're coming from, shout out to you watching here. And I know it could be hot as hell over there. God, we need a break. Yeah, the Angels really do. That was crazy. Yeah, I mentioned about what was it? The Diamondbacks. How yesterday Carroll left the game and then he had the walk-off today for the Diamondbacks. It's one of those great surprise teams that are wonderful. Speaking of that, Dugout Talk, and shout out to his content. Check out their content. They have great videos, great content on Instagram. They're talking about Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah, this dude's still second, third, and home today. And the way he did it to go home was amazing today. So he stole third easy. No one was covering third. And then the third baseman didn't even come over to cover third after Cruz stole it. De La Cruz stole it. And then the pitcher and catcher, lollygagging. The catcher, harmlessly was throwing the ball back to the pitcher. And then Cruz, you could see him creep up almost not halfway, but 2/3 halfway. And he just goes. And he's still home. I'm like, what the hell? That's when you know, okay, now everybody's going to have their high beams on De La Cruz. It's going to be an amazing experience. And it's been already. I believe the Reds are, 23-7 since De La Cruz was called up. And it's just amazing to see this Reds team. And then you have the Angel team that's on the opposite of that. It's just crazy. Orioles are doing well. You got the Braves and Rays, and then they're on the Diamondbacks. Just tremendous surprises. Not the Braves and Rays, but the other teams. They're just surprises, and they're absolute fun. Brad _Romanelli mentions they changed pitchers. They're going with Vezio. Are they going to go with another bullpen game? Yeah, Brad. Yeah. They're definitely go with that. Vesia will give them maybe 2 innings if they're lucky. And that's the time to get at them for the Angel lineup. But we'll see if that happens. Hopefully it starts right away with Shohei. Let's see who else on the comments. And shout out again to Noble L. Mention Halos in the Infield for all the drink specials during the Angel games and free parking there. I'm hoping to join, everybody there sometime for some drinks, for some fun, and the food truck specials going on there. That would be special. Everything special today, including my speech. D.D4 Y5 saying Angel season over. It certainly feels that way, and they're saying it's sad. D also mentions the Mets are winning that series in San Diego. Well, yeah, if they do tonight, they'll win that series, and then they'll give the false hope again to the Mets faithful that hey, they can make a run to a wild card because we all know the Braves are running away with that NL East. D.D saying who you got winning the futures game, and I saw the rosters about a week ago. Cue that one song by Bobby Shermer. I was looking at it, and I know one they were saying was good, and one was saying was trash on Twitter. I don't mean to, bash one league or another. I'm trying to remember. I gotta look that up. And thank you for the comment, by the way. All the comments, D there. I have to go all the way back down. Oh no, I don't think I even have it anymore. All I can hope for is, that our guys do well. Paris and Guerrero. I hope they all do well. I'm gonna go American League, and I think that game is tomorrow or tonight. I gotta look that up. I think it's tonight. But check that out. The Futures game. That's gonna be really good. I was watching some highlights of last year's game, and then realizing how many players have come up to the majors this season from last year's game. It's pretty cool to see that. It really is. It's really cool to see that. Low Key Angel 25 saying, we making the playoffs. Do not stress, y'all. Low key, I'm not sure. And I think you're a Rams fan. That's cool. I don't know about that, dude. I just don't see it. I didn't see it from the start when, Perry made his moves, but it wasn't enough. And then they made some moves to get some offense, but it still wasn't enough. The pitching is not enough. And when the hitting goes awry, along with the defense, all three phases of the game go awry, well, you're not going to win any games. As simple as that. Shout out again to everybody who joined in there on Instagram. We're happy to have you. Let's get to some Instagram comments and the poll questions and whatever else. And I know I mentioned what's your favorite Southern California freeway since we're in the freeway series. And of course, nobody answered, but try to answer that before we're over. I don't know what my favorite freeway is. I think it's... And you can say toll roads, too. There's a bunch of them. Mine either would be like the 105, 110 that entered that carpool lane, or you can see like all of Los Angeles and the Hollywood area and the sign. I mean, when you're on that carpool lane going from west to north, I think that's a pretty cool. The traffic's not cool, but the views are cool. So that's my favorite freeway in Southern California. So let's get to the. Let's try to get to some of these comments. I cannot see anything here. The first comment, let's not remove that. No. I didn't mean to remove that, Caesar. Oh, God. I don't know what to do. Okay. I did not mean to remove that. I am sorry. I'll read it. Let's see. Why is it doing that to me? Okay. I'll look up that other one later on. Let's get to The poll question, real quick. I'll get to the poll question. Will Ohtani be traded next week? 50% of you say yes. 36% of you say no. And 14% take the easy way out and say by the deadline. That's why I put that in there. I wondered what people thought about, the one next, or you don't have to do it now. If you're the Angels, you can wait and do it another time. So the first comment is saying something about the outcome, but for some reason I can't read it. Demetrio saying something there. Cesar Lopez mentioning his prediction is that the Angels will lose tonight, and that's 5 in a row, and Evan will be gone on Monday. And I'm thankful, Cesar, that you're the one who said that, because I wondered who was the one who did say that. Because I think you said it on Todd Fox's show. And, it's all coming up right, to be honest with you. So I'm going to get to Demetrio's comment as soon as I can get on another phone and check this out. Andrew is mentioning the Angels are 11th in attendance. They average 32,000. The thing is, I don't think 32,000. Yes, they do, James. Let's see. Let me get rid of that. No. Okay. Okay. What was I mentioning? Oh yeah, the first. Oh, I can't even see it now. All right, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, never mind. Okay, Dimitri, I'm gonna have to. What's up? I think he says, brother, time to let one. Oh God, I can't read that. All right, we're gonna have to skip that one, I guess. Let's go here. Okay, again, Andrew says the Angels are 11th in attendance. They average 32,000 per home game. If they trade Ohtani, what do you think that'll do to attendance? Well, I think it'll go the way it was in 16 and 17, where people really found out, well, Albert Pujols is not helping. That All-Star selection was a fluke. The team isn't going anywhere. So the attendance will go down to those levels where, for the first time, for a while, there was no 3 million at the gate. So the average would go down to probably like 20 something, 29,000 maybe. I just think you lose all those Japanese fans that come in, or Asian fans that come in. You saw them at games, with all the paraphernalia. When you don't have that attendance, when you have just the regular fans come in and they want to see Trout, but he's often injured, and people are losing hope on him and the team, well, I think that's going to hinder the attendance a lot, Andrew. So that's unfortunate. R.R. Martinez, and shout out to you. He says, yes, Ohtani will be traded to a rental team. Hopefully the Angels can fleece the Dodgers for 6 to 8 pieces. I don't know about that. We'll see. They could have done that last year, but they didn't choose to do it, which is hurting them. Hammer is saying they will probably party after the game tonight for Reed's birthday because of the All-Star break, and they don't have a game tomorrow. And they get to sleep in their own beds and probably get their cars. Yes. Yeah, so after the bike ride, they're going to do the lodge thing. No. After the bus ride back to the Big A where all their cars are, they'll go their own separate ways. Like Reed will go back to Illinois. Everybody will go back home for a while. The 3 All-Stars will go to Seattle and then enjoy some time off. And then we'll see what happens with the roster. That's what's going to happen, Hammer. Hammer also says tonight or tomorrow after they are done celebrating Reed's birthday, and so none of them get a DUI. That's what I would do if it was my birthday and I had no game the next day and a full week off too. I can't believe I read all that. Oh boy. Yeah. Squid, use Uber. Andrew says he's still home. He's still third and home on the same pitch. Yeah, and then the throw back to the catcher. That's when he's still home. That was so amazing. That dude's changing the game. He's taking advantage of the new step off rules and disengagement rules by the pitcher. Yeah, that's going to be amazing to continue to see him. Hammer also says celebrate a birthday because you can recover tomorrow at home because you won't have a game or anything like that for 5 days, especially Reed as a pitcher. You can cover within a day or two. You have a home. That's what I would do. Eric, and shout out to you, says, hey there, sir. Hopefully you're doing well. I think you're the Seattle fan. Big 20, man, you might as well go find Reed Detmers and see if he's going to go to that party. If he's having a birthday party locally or with his family in Illinois. He also says, if I was Reed, I would, after the game tonight, because they have nothing to do for like 7 days. And yeah. Eric mentions the Houston-Seattle score 2-0 Houston there in Texas. Yeah, I think I mentioned it. I don't know. Eric says we got the trident here. Oh yeah, their celebration. I just called it a pitchfork, but it's not. It's a trident. Andrew says I don't think the Angels will sell. Well, they literally have nothing else. They have to sell. Dylan Ortega says, could you imagine trading Ohtani and getting a ransom back from the Dodgers? Then we get Ohtani back to Anaheim. You know, Dodger fans would write. And I know James Malou mentioned that on his Facebook page. But I don't think that's going to happen. Shout out to James out there. Eric says, is that a site with 9 subs? I don't know what you're talking about there. Andrew mentioning the Angels have the most players on the DIL in baseball. Some of these guys will be back after the All-Star break. I don't think the season is over. Well, yeah, Shell is out for the whole season. The unfortunate thing about it, Hoppy's out. Neto will be back, and Drury will be back. I don't think that's enough to convince you to say we're still in the race. We will be in the race. We just have to be buyers. My negativity is saying to me, like, hey, there's no reason. They're not going to do it. You might as well get rid of what you can. The Halo Honk and others will say, oh, yeah, we still got a shot. And that's true, but reality has to set in. That's the unfortunate part. Jose mentioning Trevor Busby will be a future Angel. I know the draft is on Sunday, and the futures game, I believe, is tonight. Dylan Ortega also mentions Angels never going to surprise the league, especially with this owner manager. Yeah, there's no young guys really coming up to take over the league and the team like De La Cruz. There's Neto, who showed some great leadership and some great stats and hustle, just like Ohapi did. So those two can be the cornerstones going forward. Eric mentioning happening as we speak. I'm smart and I'm not going downtown. It's about 20 minutes. Oh wait, the futures game. Okay, that's when it is today. Then the draft tomorrow. Home Run Derby Monday. All-Star Game Tuesday, and then everybody goes separate ways. And that's awesome, Eric. You have a nice ballpark down there or up there in Seattle. Andrew mentioning the best record in the AL in the last 43 games is 23-20 tied amongst the Orioles, the Guardians, the Astros, the Yankees, the Rays, the Blue Jays and the Rangers. No one is running away with this. Not the time to give up. I'm already done. You see all those teams, and as I mentioned it, all those teams are better than the Angels. And there's only 3 wild card spots, so I have no reason to say, you know, that the Angels can beat all those teams. There's just no way. I just don't see it. Dylan's saying Pacific Coast Highway 1. Oh, good. That's your favorite highway, or freeway, or whatever. That's fine. Yeah, that one. If you ever go down where like Dana Point is and go up from there or down from there, Huntington Beach and all, it's really nice. My brother works at the Pasaya, so sometimes I'll go visit him and go down through there. Nice place. Andrew mentioning over the same span, the Angels were 21 and 22. They only fell back 2 games, even with this last cold streak, but the injuries killed it. Like, it's going to kill them going forward. If they get 2 back, that's fine, but Urshela was a big loss. Trout, of course. The pitching not being there, the offense not being there, some questionable defense. Again, we saw Renfroe at first take that throw that should have been from Escobar, that should have went to Anderson for the out. It was overturned to LA's favor, so that was unfortunate. Andrew's saying, I love De La Cruz. Hammer saying, do you think Reed will celebrate his birthday after the game tonight, or go to a bar or something? What he should do, since he's so young, I know he can celebrate with his teammates, but I'd go back home to Illinois like tomorrow and celebrate there with your family. That's what I would do. Dylan Ortega says we might as well tank, then we'll get great draft picks to build the farm up. That's what I want. I want to overhaul, a rebuild, trade everybody that's valuable. Dylan said, oh yeah, I've been there many times. Oh yeah, to Pasaya. Yeah. He works, my brother Chris, he works the outside bar. It's out on the patio or something. I'm trying to, it's been a while since I've been there, but he works up there in that resort. Andrew saying, I know it seems like times are dark, but I believe the pitching is underperforming, and Neto will be that spark when they get back. That's the only thing. That's the only hope there. You keep the scores low. The thing is, we're facing big lineups coming up. And eventually Alvarez will be back for Houston. Abreu has been hot ever since that cold start. I just don't see it. Andrew also mentions I have more faith in the Halos than the Padres. And the funny thing with the Padres, the Angels got them right. They're hitting better with runners in scoring position. I think they had the best, I think, what was it, since June 23rd or 16th, whatever it was. I saw the stat yesterday here locally where the Padres have the best runners in scoring position average since that mark. And they, of course, had all the good teams right there. But it's right there. Dylan didn't say, oh, man, if I knew your bro was there, I'd say hi, but obviously I'm never in California anymore, and I don't blame you. Dylan, it's crazy, especially in Los Angeles. So thank you for all the comments. Again, let's get to the poll question again. What was your favorite Southern California freeway in light of the freeway series? And then also the poll question was, will Ohtani be traded next week? And we'll end the poll here. People say 53% say yes, 33% say no, and then 13% say by the deadline. So thank you for all the votes on that. 15 votes, so shout out to you. Andrew also mentioning it had to change eventually. Been a Padre fan since '97, and this season feels like a gut punch daily. I had to imagine that Pittsburgh series felt like one, just big one to make you bleed internally. I watched some of those series, coming off of work, and then the day game on that Thursday. I just couldn't believe what the hell was going on. The bullpen gave up games. The offense would be there, but then the pitching would let you down. It was just bad. Hammer's saying his favorites are Pacific Coast Highway and the Five because that's basically what's in San Clemente, other from those exits on the Five. Andrew also says, "What Pittsburgh series? I have no memory of them ever playing Pittsburgh and getting wrecked. That's how you got to go about it." Sure. Let's get quickly back to the starting or the rotation today. The starters, Detmer's going for the Angels, the lefty, and Invesa in the opener role going for the Dodgers. He's also a lefty, and we'll see if he has uh, two two innings in him for Los Angeles, and if they do well like they did the last game of that 2-game series in Anaheim, where their bullpen looked like Cy Young Award winners. every every inning. It was just amazing how they got through it. Andrew saying, "Don't hurt me, James." Yeah, we're all hurting, I guess, but yeah, it's really bad when you see everybody else having fun and you're just there. I'm just there, like, yeah, whatever. That's how the Angels are making us feel. Again, if you want someone who really loves the Angels and really talking about them and will yell. Uh, well, it was cool seeing Catella Chronicles. I mean, it looked like both of them were going to have seizures, heart attacks, and strokes in the Top Fox studio yesterday. Hopefully, and then check out their live. There will be another live watch party, July 17th, against the New York Yankees. That game at 6:30. I'll have the pregame beforehand, and then, or maybe they will since they'll have the days off there. It should be maybe appropriate that they do a pregame show and then get right into the watch party and the postgame show on that Monday. So maybe I'll have that day off. Who knows? Andrew's saying it is like that. Never thought I'd be jealous of the Cincinnati Reds. Uh, but you just realize, man, they went through, and the Padres have gone through this too, where they've either tried a little bit, like in 2015, to go out and go for it, and like they have been the last 4 or 5 years, or tried nothing at all, like they did in between those years of all last decade and since '08. As a FedEx truck comes by and might have my package. Okay. Um, I'll surround him. But like the Reds, when you think about it, the last time they made the postseason was 2020, and then the last legitimate postseason was 2013, I want to say, against the Pirates and Johnny Cueto and all that. So that's the last time they've been there. So Hammer says, "Yep." Uh, Andrew saying this should be renamed the HITI pregame group therapy hour, and I'm down for that. Post game would be also that, where you can really just let it out, scream and shout, and let it all out in your calls and your comments. Since this is the last game before the break, I mean, really get in there with your comments and your calls. After Todd has his reading of the comments, and before that, the rant that he'll probably get into because the Angels will lose tonight, definitely. Andrew saying, "I can't be too sad. We made the NLCS last year and beat the Dodgers, so it isn't all for nothing." Um, and I know that the goal is to go for the ring. And yeah, Sean Murphy is just homer to make it 4-0. Braves leading the Rays in the top of the fourth. So the Braves winning yesterday. They have a lot of their fans there. Wow, it looks like a Braves game. It's a Braves crowd. 4-0. Atlanta leading Tampa Bay. So the Braves continue to flex their muscles, literally. And yeah, Andrew mentioning 2013 is right. See, I know a little bit, not too much. Big 20 say, I want to scream and shout and let it all out. We sing, oh, we owe to the bound, rocking it. It's Will I Am and Britney, bitch. That's the song. Yes, I like that song. We have to somehow play a bunch of music and get happy about Angels baseball. We can't hear it because of the um, copyrights. So tell Todd Fox to find the covers for whatever songs, as it will be request our JoJo on the radio tonight on 102.7 Kiss FM. So yeah, do that, Hammer. Request whatever song to get us happy tonight. So hey, everyone, take care. Thank you for watching the live pregame show here on Halos in the Infield with me, James. It's been a wild first half of the season. And thank you for watching on Instagram, on YouTube. You've all been great, the people that have watched and commented in. And thank you for everything. Hammer saying scream and shout. And we'll see you Friday for that series starting against Houston. Before that, though, check out the Around the League show Monday morning or Tuesday morning. No, Monday morning. Um, and then I think we'll have maybe a roundtable sometime during the week recapping the first week. So check that out on Halos in the Infield. Check out all the social media pages and all the YouTube content here on Halos in the Infield. Check out, again, the Todd Fox postgame after the game tonight against the Dodgers. Later, everyone. Go Halos, please.